Hi, I'm Annie, and I am out here at Heather Meadows on course for the cross-country ski leg of Ski to Sea. I am fortunate to race for Car-Free Green Mountain PT, which is a Whatcom women's team, and I'm out here today to give you folks some information to help you learn a little bit more about the cross-country ski leg and hopefully provide some tips to help you reach your goals when you're out here. So a couple things to know about the start of the race. You can set yourself up for success by first and foremost expecting chaos and just mentally preparing for being on the start line with 500 humans with skis and poles and very little space. The best thing to do before the race starts to ensure a smooth flow off the start line and a good start to your race is to position yourself in the starting area according to speed and ability. So self-seed with self-honesty. If you're a quicker skier, stay towards the front. If you're a middle of the packer, have done maybe some skiing, stay more in the middle. And if this might be your first or second time on skis, more towards the back. The reason for this is because it's really hard to pass or be passed in that first probably 2 to 5 minutes of the race. Finish times range from 18 minutes to over an hour. So there's a wide range of abilities here. The start line is not the moment to prove yourself. It's the moment to respect the flow of starting a race with 500 people and put yourself where you think you should be. So the cannon will go off. Everybody starts moving. For the first 100 yards of the race, there's no skiing allowed. So everybody is double poling. You're double poling, and this is just to minimize the possibility of getting caught in another skier's equipment and going down in the first 100 yards. So respect this rule, plan for it, practice your double poling when you're training, and after that first 100 yards, think about spreading out as quickly as possible. Fortunately, the course starts with a nice wide climbing area, so it kind of expands out. Look for an open space, ski to that space versus tailgating the skier in front of you. This is the best way to ensure that you don't go down in a pileup in the first 2 minutes of the race. Another important thing to be aware of is that at the top of the first climb, there is a sharp right-hand turn, and typically racers will bottleneck in this area. So be prepared for that and choose your line wisely through there. The cross-country ski course here at Mount Baker is in a ski area, so a lot of the terrain is either going up or down. There's minimal flat terrain in this course, and the fun of that is that throughout this race, you'll always kind of feel like you're balancing skiing in control and skiing fast. And sometimes you may feel out of control. The best way to navigate the course and be safe is to look for spaces, ski to the spaces, give skiers ahead of you who you may be coming up on a wide berth if you plan to pass. And it's always okay, in fact it's recommended, to use your voice and say coming up on your left, or approaching to pass on your right, or passing, or left, or right. Whatever you can get out, that awareness that that person in front of you has that you may be coming up on them will be a lot safer for everyone. And it's common for people to fall down out here. Ski fast, ski safe, and if you fall, get back up and keep skiing. I think the biggest thing to keep in mind to position yourself for a good experience out here is pacing. 2 primary points in the race that I think pacing is most important to have front of mind. The first is right off the start. The race starts by going straight uphill. It's a pretty long climb. You can see the top of it, and this is not the place to redline. Starting with your heart rate in check, don't think of this as a sprint. You have many more hills to climb, and keeping your effort in check on that first climb is gonna set you up to not be fighting fatigue for the rest of the race and to have fun out there. So first climb, pace yourself. Then after that first climb, the course turns to the right, loops back down through the start. So you're descending through there. There's a couple little rises, couple turns, but generally you have a long net downhill, down past chair 2. And when you find yourself in that low point and it starts going up again, that is the start of a very long climb that adds on to the the distance that you climbed right off the start line, passes back through, repeats that climb that you did at the start, and then continues on with an additional vertical push past where you turned right and your first lap. So this is a lot of minutes of going uphill. This is a place where using your low gear, your medium gear, your high gear, you'll want to choose a pace that's conservative so that when you get to the top of that climb, you can go downhill, you can finish the race feeling like you have gas in the tank. There are two different types of skis that you can choose to race with. I am on skate skis. I race with skate skis because this is the gear I have and this is the ski technique I'm comfortable with. The other choice is classic skis. The difference is on classic skis, you're going to be skiing in a parallel track. So you may have seen these parallel tracks groomed in ski areas. You are just keeping your legs close together, and it's similar to walking or running. This is your movement with classic skiing while you're poling. With skating, you are, just as the name implies, doing a movement more like ice skating, where you're gliding back and forth. There are pros and cons to each style and each set of gear. Choose the one that you have the gear for and that you're comfortable with. If you have less experience on skis, on cross-country skis, classic skiing is easier to pick up and easier to be successful with. When it gets to steep climbing, which you will encounter on this course, a great technique to utilize is called the herringbone, and this will allow you to conserve your energy while keeping your forward progress. You will want to make a V with your skis facing up the hill. So the skinny part of your V is facing downhill, and what this allows you to do is it prevents you from sliding backwards down the hill, and you can gauge however much power you feel you have to glide in that herringbone. You can double pole in the herringbone for a little more glide, or you can single pole in the herringbone for a little less glide, a little more energy conservation, lower gear, or you can just walk in a herringbone. But you want to keep your skis in that V shape with the top of the V facing uphill, and that's going to allow you to keep moving forward even when you feel like you're losing steam. A ski race in May means that conditions are highly variable. We've had years where it's been pouring rain and sub-freezing temps. We've had years that are much more like today, beachy, warm, sunny. So check the forecast in the sort of week leading up to the race. Try to get a sense of what conditions you're going to be encountering. Chances are the snow is going to be pretty soft because it's spring skiing. So any practice you can get on soft snow in warm conditions will help you out here. The other huge tip for having your skis be the best mode of transport out here is to wax them. There are a few different types of wax, and you want to select your wax based on the projected temps for race day. So you can either wax your skis if that's something you're comfortable with, or take them to a ski shop and have them waxed. That is going to be a day maker. The difference between wax on your skis and unwaxed skis is huge. So don't forget to wax. One of my favorite parts of Ski to See is being up here. This is the only part of the race where all the teams are together. There is so much good energy. We've got the downhill ski leg up here, the run leg up here. There's so many athletes, so many teams, and it's, as the race progresses, everybody spreads out. But when you are up here doing the cross-country ski leg, there are people everywhere, and the course loops back through the transition area a couple times, and you know, this course, as we've talked about, it goes up, it goes down. It's challenging and it will respect your work ethic, but it is a total blast. So have fun, soak up all that spectator energy, check out the skiers in front of you, check out the skiers behind you as you loop through the different areas of the course, and have a blast. Thanks for tuning into this tutorial video. I hope you found it helpful. I look forward to seeing you out here on race day, and in the meantime, happy training!